Hello, my name is Judith Arana. I'm an immigration consultant regulated in Canada. I would like to talk today about express entry. And this is because many of my clients and even friends ask me about this program. It is a complex program because it's based on points, and there is a lot of factors to look at: education, age, work experience, if the education was in or outside Canada, the kind of work, if the person has family members in Canada. So it's a lot of, as you can see, many factors. So it's quite complex. We're going to just talk in general terms today about this program. So basically, it's divided in three categories. The categories are skilled worker, which is for professionals that already have a degree, a bachelor, master's in their profession. The next category is Canadian experience class, which is people that are already inside Canada that came as a student, as workers, and they have a minimum of 1 year working inside Canada with their work permit, and everything is legal and everything is under um, the profession that they are choosing to apply. And then the next category is federal skilled trades. This is more for specific trades, like, for example, plumbing or electricians. It depends on the trade. To speak in general terms, for immigration purposes, the professions or trades are divided in big categories like 0, A, B, C, D. For express entry, the candidates have to be working or have the education in either 0A, B. 0 means for managers positions, for example, CEOs or high up managerial positions. A is for professionals, the people that have a degree in it's a post-secondary education. And B is more for trades or more like technical careers. So that's like in big terms, these categories. Now, to speak in the three categories under express entry style, it is skilled worker, which is a person that already have a degree, a profession, and something very important is that you can apply for this category in or outside Canada. So the many candidates outside Canada applying for this, and the English here is very important. So the minimum is level 7 for Canadian benchmark. To prove that you have the English requirement, you have to do an English test. And the only English test required by immigration is IELTS or CELPIP. If you are outside Canada, most probably you have to do the IELTS. So in this case, you would have to get at least a score of 6 and up to have a minimum for this specific category of the skilled worker. Now, another important factor here is the financial funds. So they ask that you have enough money to support yourself because when you move to Canada, you have to settle first. So they ask for if a person is single, for example, the minimum is $12,960. If you are married or you have kids, there is different amounts. There is a chart in the Immigration of Canada page where you can see the different amounts depending on the family size. Now, another important factor is the experience. You have to have a continuous work experience of at least 1 year in the last 10 years before you apply. So just to give an example, say somebody is an engineer, if this person has been working 1 year continuously, made the CELPIP or the IELTS testing score super high, and so it looks like this person have very good chances, right? But you would have to still make the profile and fill out all the questions, and then the system will tell you if your profile is eligible or not. If it is eligible, you get into the pool. That is like a draw, right? So if you are in the pool, it's amazing, you're already there, but it's not a guarantee that they will call you. So this is the tricky part. So then here is when people need to realize there's so many candidates, there is no way to know if you're gonna be invited or not. So basically, there are three stages. Stage one, you make a profile, you send that profile, and if it goes into the pool, it's stage two. If they invite you to apply, we call it ITA, invitation to apply. That is when you send all the documents, all your exam, your English test, your degree, your proof that you have the work experience, etc. So This is when you send the paperwork, and then they will analyze it, they will process it, and then there's a third stage. If you are approved, then you get the permanent residency. But again, this is like a system based on points. So the best you can do is try to get as many points as possible. If you speak French and then you can have English and French test, then add it on. If your partner speaks a very high fluent English, then that partner has to do an English test too and add it on. So you try to get as many points as possible. This is in general a skilled worker. Now we're going to start with Canadian experience class. These categories for people already inside Canada. So imagine the pool is a little bit smaller, say, than the other one that is all the countries outside. So in this category, the education is not a requirement, but it gives you points. So even though it's not required, if you have a bachelor or master's, that will give you extra points. Here, the financial funds is also not as strict as a skilled worker. If you are working in Canada, if you can prove that you have a work permit and you are receiving income. There is a specific chart as well that you can show if you have income, etc. But it's more flexible than skilled worker because you're already in here, right? You're already working, you're settled here. Here, the work experience doesn't have to be continuous like a skilled worker, but it has to be at least 1 year in the last 3 years before you apply. So just keep that in mind. And also the English is key. Remember, depending on the category, if you apply under 0 or A, which is a manager or a professional with a degree, then you would have to get at least 7 if it is Canadian benchmark and up. If it is a more technical career, then if it is a B, then your English needs to be 5 and up. So you would have to see which category is for your specific profession or trade. So here is where it's another kind of research, right? You would have to go and look for the code that corresponds to your profession. So this is in general the Canadian experience class. Now we go to the last categories, federal skilled trades. Here is only for this, for like it says, for trades. So plumbing, for electricians, etc. Anything related with trades. Here the education is also not required, but it gives points. So if an electrician is regulated, then that is extra points. A job offer here is needed, or if the person is regulated in the province where they want to go. They also have to have at least 2 years experience within the last 5 years. So as you can see, the requirements change a little bit depending on the category that you are applying for. So very important is that you need to know, you do need to do your English test, and then you would have to have some resources saved. And then you need to check which category works for you to have the points according to that category. So I know it's a lot of information, and again, this is just general information because each category has different factors and each factors can change a lot. So I hope that this is a little bit helpful for you. And if you have any questions, please email us at info@jaranaimmigration.com. We are always here to help you. Have a great day. Thank you.